and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. We come to you from New York because this is where the yellow carpet of Detective Pikachu is happening, starring Ryan Reynolds, of course. We'll get you my interviews with the cast and crew of the film. First, let me show you what yellow carpet looks like. Right behind me, this is the yellow carpet right in the middle of the city. That is Detective Pikachu behind me. We'll get you my interviews later in the show. First up, all the yellow carpet action right here.
The story just worked so well, whether it was about Pokemon or not. You have to look at it like that, take away the eye candy in the movie and say, does the story still work? And it was a beautiful story, so I was excited to take part. I knew about Pokemon, but I didn't know all the nuance and stuff. And then as I read the story and saw some of the footage that they were shooting, it was incredible. So I don't think you have to know anything about Pokemon to love the movie.
I played Tim Goodman. He is a young insurance appraiser who used to love Pokemon. As he's grown up, he's lost his love for Pokemon. And then by teaming up with Detective Pikachu, he finds his love again. He opens up again. And they go on this mystery to solve the case of his missing father, Tim's missing father. We made sure to honor the fans and make sure we had a lot of Pokemon lore that would keep the fans satisfied. But there's a lot to the story that's relatable. At the center of the film, there's a very human story about a young man trying to reconcile his relationship with his father. So you don't really need to know a lot about Pokemon to enjoy the film.
My character is Lucy Stevens, and she's probably one of the biggest reasons I wanted to do the film. First, I was excited they were making a Pokemon film. I mean, I was a huge fan growing up, and that blew my mind. And then I read my character, and I was like, I need to be this girl. I love her, and there's not a lot of roles like that for girls, and I was like, I gotta be in this movie. It's gonna be amazing. And it is! This film is for anyone and everyone, and even if you're not a Pokemon fan, there's so much magic in the movie, and it's really funny. But if you are a Pokemon fan, I think it's going to make your Pokemon dreams come true.
Well, Sebastian is the Charizard trainer, and he's a pop singer in this rhyme city. He's very popular and famous, but he's very exotic and, how would you say, like a rock star, right? But he owns a fight club arena where Pokemons have heard their battle, so he's crazy, and he sings and yells, and he's crazy. You're gonna see it and you're gonna love it.
I think I wanted to be part of it for two reasons. A, because I think everyone has grown up with this world, this huge kind of company, and also I have a 6-year-old son. The majority of work that I do is so inappropriate for him to watch. So to do something which he can watch, but I can have fun shooting, fantastic.
I have 2 children who are obsessed with Pokemon. So it was in my household for a couple of years before I got called. So it was the second the phone call came in, it was a done deal. I had to jump on board. This is a love letter to Pokemon fans. We work directly with the Pokemon company and the original creators to bring this to life. So it's authentic and it's done with a lot of heart and a lot of care.
And now it's time to get you my interview with the lead man, Ryan Reynolds, who is Detective Pikachu. He swiftly shifted from Deadpool to Pikachu. How did he get into the skin of this character? Let's find out from him. Ryan, good to see you in person.
Hello?
I saw one of your interviews where you said my daughter says in some place that Deadpool is a dad. Is that the reason why you did Pikachu?
Yeah, I'd rather her say Detective Pikachu is my dad than Deadpool in a public place. But part of the reason is why I wanted to do it was they're smart, the Pokemon people. They sent over a fully realized CGI rendering of Detective Pikachu set to my voice. And I watched it, and my daughter walked past as I was watching on the laptop and when I was considering doing the movie, and she just thought that was the coolest thing she's ever seen.
Wow.
So immediately I was like, okay, I'm going to have to consider this. So I read the script, and the script was great. It was a great story that whether it had Pokemon in it or not, it was still a great story. So for me, that ticked all the boxes.
Quite a transformation from Deadpool to Pikachu, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's about 80% less body weight, a little bit more yellow fur. Yeah, a few less swear words.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah,
few.
Yeah, pretty good.
Younger daughter likes villains. That's what I read. Is that true?
That is true. My 2-year-old is obsessed with with villains. She's like really in any movie when the villain shows up, she stands up and claps like she's at a valedictorian speech or something. It's crazy.
So what are you doing next for her?
Probably playing a villain.
Great.
I imagine I'll be playing a villain at some point. Yeah.
Fantastic. If you have had a Pokemon in real life next to you all the time, how would you use him in the real world?
Oh boy, I imagine I could manipulate a lot of people using a Pokemon, you know? I would carry around like a Squirtle, maybe. Little like sweet little guy. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite Pokemon.
And do what in the real world?
Oh man, I would do everything. Are you kidding me? It would just be like one big crazy slow motion musical video.
Right.
It'd be great.
Right.
It'd be like a Jerry Herman musical but with Pokemon.
You know, you've done so much work in your career. What is it about this that excites you?
I don't, I just I love stuff that has a kind of a impact on the zeitgeist in certain ways. I mean, I love that Deadpool's sort of a character that is constantly revolving around pop culture and constantly referencing pop culture. And I love that this is something that's already in the pop culture. I love that it's something for 20 years people have been obsessed with this.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting to dive into that world and learn about it. And I like to learn about why people are obsessed with it. So that's been fun for me.
Right. What do you think works so well that it's such a popular sensation across the world?
Well, I think there's, when you look at the Pokemon and Pokemon culture and why it's had the impact it's had, there's something like 807 Pokemon, and it's very well tailored to anyone's individual needs. So there's a wide variety of people around the world from every walk of life that can relate to a certain Pokemon. So there's such a vast depth chart and variety of these creatures that it's really kind of captured people's imagination. So I see why. And then when you do a movie like Detective Pikachu, you're bringing those characters to life. You feel like you can reach out and touch them in living, breathing color, and that's something that I think is amazing.
Right. Lastly, after I watched the film came out, I got all the alerts. You're going to be a dad again. Congratulations. Do convey to your wife that she looked lovely, and so did you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Time for a short break on the show. On the other side, we have lots more lined up for you, so be right back. I also interviewed Justice Smith and Katherine Newton about their roles in Detective Pikachu. Justice, nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you too.
Great. You were running behind dinosaurs and now it's Pokemon. Do you remember what it's like to hang around humans?
No, I don't. That was one of the challenges of the film. I've worked with CGI characters consistently now enough where when I do a movie where I actually have to talk to real people, it's harder for me.
Right. Were you obviously were big on Pokemon. We saw your Instagram. We saw some lovely pictures. I also try and play. I'm horrible at it. How are you at the game?
I think I'm pretty good. I mean, probably if I played now, I'm not as great. But it depends on the game too, because there's so many different games.
Right.
But I hope that I'm good. I hope.
I'm sure you're good.
I appreciate that.
Great. Do you want to tell people about the plot? Your character is looking for his father. What exactly happened there?
Tim Goodman, I played Tim Goodman, who is an insurance appraiser who loved Pokemon as a kid, but has since lost his love.
Right.
And he gets a call, and he's lost his love because of his estranged relationship with his father.
Right.
Then he gets a call that his father has passed away, and he goes to Rhyme City in order to clean up his stuff, and then he meets Detective Pikachu, who tells him that his father's still alive and that they need to find him.
Right. Katherine's character plays a journalist. What is this relationship like between you all? Can't make out much from the trailer.
They both really need each other. Tim's definitely in awe of her and is falling over himself, as a lot of boys my age do.
Right.
But Lucy is trying to solve a case, and she needs Tim's help to do so, and Tim needs Lucy because Lucy knows how to get around. She knows how to, do the thing, So they need each other a lot.
Right. What is the set like? There's a lot of devastation we saw. What is it like on the set? What do you see?
A lot of intricacies, a lot of detail to what actually was in the Pokemon universe.
Right.
We had an amazing set decorator, and we had just had Pokemon experts on set at all times to make sure everything was aligned with the franchise, the everything was like canon. Everything was, legit.
And when you see the film, even do you get surprised with the kind of the final output?
Oh yeah, when I first saw the movie, I originally saw the movie. It wasn't finished, and all of the characters were in T-pose and not fully realized yet. But then when I saw the final cut, I was just so impressed. I forgot that I was in the movie because the little kid in me was just freaking out.
I saw so many interviews. Everybody loves your boyish charm. Is this beard to cut that?
The beard, is it to cut that? This is just how I look when I'm not working. My beard grows really fast, and if I were to shave it every day, I would just chop off my own arm because it would get tiresome.
What is there an age group that you target with most of the films that you do?
Not necessarily. I mean, so far I've been lucky enough to do different films in different genres, and I hope I get to continue to explore that.
Right.
But I'm happy that this movie, although your kids are gonna love it if they love Pokemon, it's also for people my age who have the nostalgia factor, who grew up with Pokemon.
Right.
But it's for everyone.
Right. Just as that, you're doing very well for yourself. How important it is to get these big ticket films in your career?
I think it's really important. It's important that I balance out with the kind of movies that I do. And when Rob pitched this to me, it was just so awesome. I mean, because it was my childhood, and to mix that with my work, that's better than anything. That's what everyone I hope is striving for.
It is great, and you're mixing up your work very well. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Katherine, good to see you in person, firstly.
Yes, it's nice to meet you.
This is a reporter interviewing a reporter. I interview celebrities. What kind of a reporter are you in the film?
Well, she's a very driven reporter. She's only an intern. She's striving to be a reporter at the top of her game.
Right.
And that's why I loved Lucy so much.
Yeah.
The first time I read the character, I was like, this girl is amazing. And there's not a lot of roles like that for girls my age, so I was really excited.
Great. These are great times because great roles are written for girls like you.
I know.
Also, she's pretty much an investigator. She wants to not just report, she wants to go and snoop into things.
And go and get the story.
Right.
She really is fearless and driven. And she really does get the story, doesn't she?
Yeah, of
She's
course.
not going to stop.
She's not going to stop.
And she needs Tim and Pikachu to help her. So they kind of team up. And of course, my favorite, Psyduck.
Right.
And we kind of help save the world.
Right. Are you like that in real life? No stopping you at all?
No, probably not. No, probably not. I mean, last night I wore the most insane dress to the premiere. And I think everyone maybe wanted to stop me a little bit, but no, they couldn't.
Nobody can. Were you big on Pokemon? Did you play the games before that?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Pokemon. It was such a big part of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just my age or, I don't know, just being a kid. I mean, on my first day of school, I had a Pikachu backpack. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It was just a part of it. I watched the anime.
Right.
Even before the premiere yesterday, we watched the original Pokemon film, about Mewtwo, and we did Pikachu face masks. I don't know, and I remember the first time I saw that when I was a kid.
Playing is one thing, being good is another thing. I play and I'm horrible at it.
I'm horrible at it too. I'm really bad
common.
at it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what's so special about it. One of my friends is a really big fan, and I really wanted to know what he thought of the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's a big fan, and he's like, well, when you're playing the game, you control the Pokemon.
Right.
They become yours, which is why it was such a big deal to us when we were making the movie. We cared so much about the fans, because I understand that ownership. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right,
You
you own it.
It's your experience. Yeah.
If you had a Pokemon in real life next to you all the time, what is it that you would like to change and like to do?
I would really like a fur-fru Pokemon because it's like a poodle.
Right.
And I have 3 poodles in my real life. And I would like a fur-fru as well, just to add to the family.
Fantastic. Yeah. And what is a set like when you're enacting? There's how is this set? Because you can't literally see everything.
Right, you can't. But that's what I loved about making the movie. I got to go back to my childhood and just use my imagination and play. And our director, Rob Letterman, he really created that kind of environment where I walked onto the set thinking it was going to be this huge movie, very technical, and it was so collaborative and creative. And Justice is such a good actor, you know,
Right.
and it was very, like sensitive because it's hard to.
Right, it is.
We've shot it on film. There's so many things, so many times you have to do it, and it's really about the acting. You have to be really real and grounded, and it's hard to do that when you're on a giant green screen, hanging on to like a bar while a rail like pushes you up like this, and then you have to climb. It was a lot, but it was so much fun. I got to do all my own
It looks
stunts.
like fun.
So
And you
fun.
work at such a young age. You work with so many celebrities. What is it that you see in them? What's common that drives all of them?
The most common thing,
Yeah.
their generosity.
Right.
Their generosity and their love.
Right.
They always, I mean, I've gotten to work with some really amazing people, Ryan Reynolds included, a huge star. I was a big fan, and the same, like, he really brings us up, both of us, and that's what I learned. I want to be like that.
Right. Lastly, are you happy with the kind of roles you're getting, the kind of work you're getting?
Oh my gosh, yes, I am. Yeah, it's really good right now. Yeah.
Great, fantastic. You were excellent in the film. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you like it.
Of course I did.
Oh, you did? You
Of
did?
course, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I also interviewed director Rob Letterman, and he spoke about getting Detective Pikachu to life and on the big screen. Let's find out how he did that. Rob, thank you for giving me time firstly.
Oh, thank you.
You know, we've been watching your film for years now. Is the animation and now live action genre that's something that attracts you, and your target audience should be around youngsters and children?
It does. I mean, I find myself in the family genre, but I'm always trying to make the movies for adults as well. You know, I'm a parent, and I have to go to movies with my kids too. So I want it to be enjoyable for the parents as well.
Right.
So, you know, try to just tell a human story that has a great emotional journey to it, and that's funny and just has a lot of heart. So that's what attracts me to.
Right. Are you a believer of that? Be it any genre, at the end of the day, it has to be a human story with love, some good things, some bad things, a mix of friendship. Or
Absolutely.
something.
I think movies are an emotional connection
Right.
to the audience. So without that, the movie doesn't work, no matter what the genre is.
Right. You know, you said your kids are there, and they also, are there people and friends and family who ask them, what's your dad making?
Yeah, sometimes I try to
Right.
distance themselves from, you know,
Right.
from what I'm doing so they can just have their thing. But on this one in particular,
Right.
usually no, but on this one it was just, it couldn't help it because, you know, they were playing Pokemon, you know, the Pokemon cards at school for a year or two before I even was approached for this movie. So.
Right. Have you played it ever before making this?
No, but I watched the
Right.
the show and some of the anime movies with my kids
Right.
prior to this.
So where did the idea of making a film on Detective Pikachu come from?
Well, Detective Pikachu is a video game that the Pokemon Company was developing.
Right.
And so the Pokemon Company and Legendary Pictures got together, and they were the ones who decided to make it into a movie. So that all happened before me.
came on board. Okay. And, you know, you have used celebrity voices in the past also for so many of your films, be it Paul Rudd, I think Reese Witherspoon, and now this time, tell me, does it attract a lot of audience when there's a celebrity doing a voiceover and in a live animation or an animation film?
Yeah, I mean, in this one, well, first of all, in any movie,
Right.
you want the best actors you can get. So
Right.
it's not a fame thing. It's just, you know, it's working with the best talent you can
Right.
get. So, and in this case, you know, Ryan was the best person for Pikachu. We did a test using a clip of one of his old movies and animated Pikachu to that clip before we approached Ryan, and it was incredible. It was perfect. It was like magic. And then we chased after him. But we also have a cast of young up and coming actors, Justice Smith and Katherine Newton. So these are people who were the best at what they do, and we brought them together for the
He
movie.
looks very cute. Is he cute? Can someone cuddle him? Is he one of those?
Pikachu?
Yeah.
Yes. His MO is cute. Like, he's adorable is his tagline. Yeah.
Right. And also, wherever you go, I ask this to most Hollywood producers and directors who I interview. Are there people in your family, around your area, wherever you live, the kids coming to you for merchandise and they expect something from you?
No. I hope not. But no, everyone's really great at our school bus. They're very sweet, and all the parents are going out buying tickets for the movie, and they're very supportive.
They're very supportive.
Yeah.
Good. This is looking great. So best of luck for this.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, it's now time for the PVR Cinemas movie contest. This week's question is: Ryan Reynolds, who's voiced the character Detective Pikachu, is renowned for his title role in which superhero movie? A. Deadpool, B. Woman in White, C. Proposal 2, or D. Safety Rules. Pick up your mobile phones, type Pokemon, space A, B, C or D. Send an SMS to 56388. The winners will get an e-gift card from PVR Cinemas worth ₹1,000 each. Hope you enjoyed watching this. For more news and updates, stay tuned to NDTV 24/7.